I'm Shlomo Malool and you're watching Nefesh, Message to the Soul. In my recent videos, although it's been delivered in Hebrew, most of them have been talking about Parashat Shavua, speaking about getting some insights about motivation and self-improvement. Also, in this Parashat Naso, I'm going to get some more insights to how to improve ourselves, how to get motivated, and how to change the mindset. Parashat Naso is the longest parasha in the Torah. It includes 176 verses. Also, the longest chapter in Psalms, Tehillim, chapter 119 is also known as the Alpha-Beta. It includes also 176 verses. And also the longest covering in the Gemara, it's called Baba Batra. It also includes 176 pages. It's very interesting. As you know, we have been passing the Shavuot holiday, and as long as you got the Torah, we also get a package included in the Parashat Naso. In this parasha, there are some topics, but I want to be focused on two topics. The one topic is Parashat Sotah, and the following parasha afterwards, it's Parashat Nazir, the monk parasha. So I'm going to say a few details about Parashat Sotah. It says about that a husband which feels suspicious about his wife, that he cheated on him. So he takes her to the temple, to the Kohen, and the Kohen uncovers her hair, and Rashi says because of that, this is immodest to the women. It is a disgrace that women that go with the hair exposed, so it's not nice and not good. And then the Kohen, what he does, he takes from the ground and it takes also water. It's called מים מרים מערערים, which this water is it has a power of course, it's bitter water, and he merges it together and along with a card which he writes this Parashat Sotah according to what the Torah says, and he takes it all together, including the card with the fresh ink, and merges together, and then the woman, the suspicious woman, needs to drink it. The question is, hey, you just written the name of the God, Shem Hashem, on the card, so if you erase it, you mustn't do it. The answer is that on the card, it means that God wills to erase his name just for Shlom Bayit, to be peace between husband and wife. So if the woman, the suspicious one, if she didn't cheat, so she's staying alive, and her offsprings in the future will be frum, will be tzaddikim. But if she did made the sin, if she did cheat, so her stomach get inflated and she passes away. So God forbid about it. The following parasha after Sotah, it's Parashat Nazir, the monk, and the one that wants to be as close to God, and what he needs to do. The Torah says that he needs to get rid of the wine, and also not only from the wine, he needs to get rid, not touching, no grapes and no leaves, and nothing that comes together with the grapes. It needs to be distant from it. Okay, so this is generally about these two parashiot. There are a lot more details about it, but I want to be focused on it, There's a verse in the Psalm, as if I said it before, on chapter 111, and it says, they are established forever and ever, enacted in faithfulness and uprightness. And in Hebrew it says, Simuchim la'ad le'olam asuim be'emet ve'yashar. That means these two parshiot are one after each other, they are following, so there's a reason why God put it on it. So, what the answer is, Chazal said, wise men, they said אם אדם רואה אישה סוטה בכלכלתה, יזהיר עצמו מן היין. What does it mean? That if he sees a woman that she made a sin, so it's a sign for him, that he needs to get far, get distant, get disconnected with the wine. Not touching no wine, not touching no grapes, and nothing to do with it. So why is that all about? So the answer is, it began that the woman, she suspicious, she'd been trading on her husband, and she's been with another man. How it started? By drinking wine. And Chazal said, גדולה לגימה שמקרבת. The zip that we drink, it's so great that it makes getting closer. So because of that, they got, when you drink wine, נכנס יין, יצא סוד, so everything got revealed, so they got drifted together and they made the sin. So because the person if he saw that, it is time for him that if he starts drinking wine, he might also drift away and also might make sins. Therefore, he needs to be disconnected with all what's got about the wine and the grapes and the tree of the grapes, etc. The women today, they are not dressed very well, and it's it contradicts the way of life. Also, few hundred years ago, also the non-Jewish women, they also were modest. They also covered her hair and stuff. Now it's unleashed. It's revealed. It's not good. Also, I'm asking some old people. They say as long as I go to family events, and they see these women that forgot their clothes, God forbid, or coming with bathing suit or scuba diving suit, they said, I can't believe it, the way they dressed is so disgusting, they said. All people in this generation, which they are 60, 70, 80 years, they hate to see it. I'm not talking about frum, I'm talking also about secular people. So now it's something wrong. I want to be focused on another thing. The other thing is that also there are a lot of things that we encounter in our world which we feel like something is wrong, something doesn't go well. It's not just like I want to do something. Maybe just like I'm filming this video, although it's not the first time I'm talking Torah stuff, but not in front of the camera. It's it's something kind of different. So sometimes it looks like I don't succeed with that. Okay, so even for simple things, you can make just making something to eat, cook something, and you might fail about it. Even for the small stuff, you see, something is wrong, something is not okay. So what am I going through? So not only for women, if you see prostitution, and if you see that in Kalkalata, in her worst case scenario, if you see that, you get rid of the wine. I'm not talking only just the wine to drink. I might say also the drinking of wine. It's not only wine, it's also, you see something is not wrong, something is not clear, you don't succeed, you don't get, your economic fails, your marriages failed, maybe the education of the kids fails, so you want to run away from it. And by the way, the worst trying to run away from it is by committing suicide. In our 10 commitments, there's the "Lu shall not kill." So this is hard, this is harsh. So as long as the person kills something that is the most close to him, he is going to be punished very bad. So if something is close to him, the body that covers his soul is the most close. If he commits suicide, he will be punished very, very bad about it. You know, there's a bridge somewhere in the United States, if I don't get wrong. They say this bridge is over troubled water, so this is the bridge of committing suicides. This is awful. People know that everyone they want to commit suicide, they will decide to jump through this bridge, and no one would survive that. But fortunately, some of them survived. And those who survived, they have been asked, what was your feeling a moment before you passed away, before you jumped to your death? He said, I saw the all of my life is in front of my face. I see all my life. And also I feel a full regret of what I did. So committing suicide is not good. Also, in the book חובות הלבבות by רבנו בכייה, the obligation of the heart, there is a gate which called שער הביטחון, the gate for being confident in Hashem. He said, what is it about how bad it is to commit suicide and not taking risks? It's like it's mashal. For what it does, what it looks like, just like there's a king that he called one of his residents to watch one of the fields, to guard it, until the owner of the guard will return. Okay, so he's been watching the garden, he's been patrolling, and he see that the gardener didn't return to the field. So what he did, he just taken his things and left away. The owner of the garden, the owner of the field, he saw he vanished, the guard vanished. So he talked about it to the king, and the king found that guy that should guard the field, and he gave him a big punishment. Just like the same thing, God, he will decide when it's going to be the time that we're going to be passed away. You know, every one of us is in the list. But if we make a rule and, God forbid, commit suicide, so eventually he will punish us big time. So committing suicide is not one of the ways. Also, there are other alternatives that a person doesn't feel good. So what he does, he watches the TV, watches another series, another movie, watching a soccer game, or going to having a party, or drink some wine, or licorice, or something worse, maybe taking drugs. So in that case, this is kind of a way to run away. Or for the simple way, something is wrong, I'm gonna get some sleep. But eventually you're gonna get back to the routine. You're gonna get back to that reality, and it will stick into your face and say, okay, I am back with that. What can I do with that? So it's not a good way to run away from that. Everything in our life, we need to deal with it. We cannot throw it away. So so what people do, as I told you, they drink wine. They do these things. So it's not okay. So when a person sees that his routine is awful, and he hates the job, he hates the boss, he hates the economic way, he hates the weather, he hates the government, so what he does, he's whining, just like I told about the wine. In Hebrew we say מתבכ-יינות. So מתבכ-יינות is just the same letters, the last letters, מתבכ-יינות, יוד יוד נון, יין. So the only way he wants to run away because he's whining, he's drinking wine. So in this time I'm telling you, stop whining, תפסיק להתבכיין. King David says, מכל מלמדי השכלתי, I've learned from everybody. So we can learn from other people, as Chazal said, חוכמה בגויים תאמין. So we can learn from a lot of people by their behavior, but we know we must be responsible to know what's the best way to do to improve our life and also improve the humanity. So I've been watching some motivation movies, so motivation videos, and I've learned from them that they're one of the alternatives. If you're not satisfied with your job, if you see that there's something, you get stuck with your paycheck and you cannot pay the dues. So one of the alternatives is making an extra income, to make another business. So this is one of the ways to succeed. But opening business, it's not easy, but it's good. Leslie Brown says easy is not an option. So for that, if you want to succeed, you got to improve yourself. You got to be willing to, if you got some obstacles, you got to come over it. You got to cope it. So as someone also said, for every level there's another devil. So you always get upgraded. You have new challenges, you have new obstacles, and you're going to be seeing, you're going to encounter some failings, some falls, but this is the only way. You got to keep going and keep going. This is the way it goes. So as I said, that means that if you see something is wrong, something is not okay, you have problems with your economics or problems with your family or stuff, so you got to make some changes by yourself. And the changes is that you got to give up a lot of things. So just like I got recommended to make an extra income, to find something else. So you need to invest. So you got to give up a lot of things. So therefore you got to give up watching TV series. You got to give up going to parties. You got to give up playing with your cell phone, saying what's you on the Facebook or on Instagram or on the news. And also for this investment, for the changes. If you believe in your changes, you also got to give up for sleeping. And if you invest, you can succeed about it. Okay, this is generally about what I want to say. So please stop whining and trying to make change with the life. Get a life, trying to find something good in you, and it never mind what's your age. Maybe you got to be on elementary school or high school, or you're also employed, or if you want to fit before the grave. It's about time to make the changes. Every one of us comes to this world to make change, to show what's the best inside of us. Just dig and you can find it. So I hope everybody will find what's inside, and I hope that you enjoyed my watching. Please subscribe me in my YouTube channel and share the videos, and also join my Facebook page, Shlomo Malool, Nefesh. You can send me comments or ordering for lectures. You can call me 050-6829-101 or through my email shmjoin@gmail.com, and I'm available to you. Please contact me and go find against your new life. I hope you enjoyed and be blessed from above.